While Grant gets us signed on through Facebook, I will do a couple of quick introductions. Most of you probably know me. I'm Nicole Ingalls, and I'm been with the planning department for a while, and I think you've probably seen my face. We also have Grant running things. Wyatt will be putting the chat in, or putting links in the chat and making sure that we see all your questions. Marjorie Willow is here from MNL. She was our consultant for the Consolidated Plan and the Impediments to Fair Housing. And then Alyssa is going to cover the NRSAs. And Greg is here if we have questions about the pro-housing application once we get down there. So first things first is that we have ICANN doing live captioning here. And you can see a show captions button at the bottom of your screen. Okay, back on track. So welcome to our meeting. Oh, captions. There is a show captions button down at the bottom of the screen. It has a square and says CC and then show captions below that. If you click that, you can turn live transcript on, and that will give you the simultaneous captioning that ICANN is kindly here to do. Okay, so I will go on to the first slide. We're here to cover several items, and we're going to try and get through it fairly quickly. The first one up is the 2024 to 2028 Consolidated Plan. As you may know, the Consolidated Plan is something that we do every 5 years, and it covers basically doing a reevaluation of where our city's at for affordable housing, market conditions, economic development, and then helps us plan what our priorities and goals are going to be for the next 5 years. So this one will begin January 1st of 2024 and will also encompass our 2024 action plan. So the action plan is a subset of the Consolidated Plan, and we do it every year. The main role of the action plan is to present to you what projects we intend to fund for that year. So everything that's presented will be funded in 2024 and beyond. So the first step, Grant, will you please hit the slide for me? The first important thing to look at in our Consolidated Plan is what priority needs we identified through our public engagement process. If you came to any of our meetings or listening sessions last summer, that's where we did our engagement to determine what our priority needs would be for this year. So when you look at things that we talk about in this presentation, a lot of them will be very reflective of the Housing Affordability Action Plan. And that's because they were developed in line together. They're intended to go together and work together. And so the engagement was all done at the same time. So that's where that was done. We had 7 public meetings, one in each of the council districts, and I think 35 listening sessions, and we received 1,900 responses to the community survey that we put out. So our priority needs that we identified are neighborhood revitalization, affordable housing, addressing homelessness, non-homeless supportive housing. That's supportive housing for people who aren't experiencing homelessness, like seniors, people with disabilities. So supportive housing that helps them meet their needs and to be able to live in a place that suits them. Economic development, which can be job creation or retention. A lot of our economic development comes in the form of the employment programs that we support. And then fair housing, which is some fair housing enforcement, and we'll get to that because we have the AI in this presentation, and community resilience. Community resilience basically comes down to a disaster plan, and it's something that HUD is really pushing every community to have. These are pretty similar to our priority needs in our last Consolidated Plan. but they're not exactly worded the same. So in our next slide, we're going to have you join Mentimeter, and you can give us a response to some questions that we'll have throughout the presentation. I'll give you just a second to get linked in there.
So yeah, you can use your just use your computer to go to this code to vote, or if it's easier for you for your phone, you can take a picture of that QR code, or and then it'll link you there.
We've got 3 people in there, so we will give it another second for
As we continue, that code will still be available. 86790515.
and Wyatt is putting links to documents. So he has a link to the Consolidated Plan summary, the summary in Spanish, and our full draft plan that he's put in the question and answer box under the question that's in the answered section. It's from Margot. Thank you, Margot. All right, so the question that we're asking now is, which of these seven strategy or priority needs do you feel is the most important, the greatest need within the city?
So in this one, you kind of have 3 votes, and you can assign them to wherever you think they're most needed.
All right, I think we'll give you another 5 seconds and then. Okay, so I think we have a clear winner, that most people see one of the greatest needs as affordable housing and addressing homelessness. And I think those are both very great needs in Omaha. Next slide. Okay, so after we have our priority goals, or priority needs, then we set goals. So each of these goals will filter into at least one, but sometimes more, of the needs that we identified in the previous set of slides. So the way that HUD has us break these out makes it look like we have more goals than maybe makes sense, but we have to do things like break single family homes out into rehab and new construction, and multifamily homes into rehab and new construction. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about the specifics of each. There are 3 pages of goals. There are 13 of them, but I want you to have a chance to look them over, and then they are in the consolidated plan on, I believe, page 138. So if you pull up that link, you can go to page 138 or 139, and they are in there all with their summaries and numbers attached. So one that I will address on this page is the slum and blight elimination. So that's generally demolition of buildings, which sometimes can be a bit touchy, but we're demolishing buildings that are no longer structurally sound. Most of the time, those buildings have already been tried to be saved. We have already tried to save and rehab, but they're just not buildings that are going to be able to be useful any longer. Generally, they are unsafe, nuisances, and often are the cause of abandoned structure fires. And then we also have a code enforcement officer in there. We've been funding that for a couple of years now. That code enforcement officer is specifically tied to the NRSAs, and they can go and help renters in those areas, as well as helping homeowners with connecting to resources that can help, some of our resources that can help with some of those needs to meet code. But we also have by far the highest concentration of code enforcement violations in our NRSAs. Next slide, please. And on this side, our homeless services accompany or makes up just our overnight shelters. So this is one goal that we kind of hope not to meet, because we hope to address homelessness better than that. And these are all 5-year goals. So in the action plan, we will be contributing to each of these goals every year with the projects that we fund. And then I think we're going to have you vote again. And if you have any questions, you can type them in Mentimeter or in the Q&A box. So feel free to do that throughout. You want to go to the, oh, we didn't get the, okay, we'll have that later. Okay, so then the next thing we'll cover is the 2024 action plan. So in our anticipated resources here, we have based this on what we received for 2023. And this is the way that we've typically estimated what our next year's resources will be. However, while this is the best accurate guess we can get, what we've seen over the last several years is that each of these allocations is more than likely to go down. Sometimes they bounce around a little bit, but for example, ESG has lost about $20,000 over the last 3 years. This isn't any fault of ours or because of our programs. It's just the way that things get budgeted through HUD, through Congress, and our changing metrics. So just be aware that while we have this anticipated resources, we are more than likely to see them go down by anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 per program. Program income is income that we receive back from our programs. So for instance, the senior repair program has a sliding scale for their services. So anything that is paid to us from that would go back into program income and be reinvested in the programs. Slide, please. So this is our action plan budget breakdown for 2024 in where we're spending areas. So these go into the goals and how much we're going to spend there, not the numbers. As you can see, we spend the bulk of our funds in single family rehab, which is a fairly broad category. And then the least amount in financial housing counseling, which is used to be only for people who were going to purchase the homes that we built, but I think is a bit broader now. Give you a second to take that in. And then we can move on. Okay, public infrastructure projects. This is one of our goals, is public infrastructure. This year we are putting a little over $400,000 toward public infrastructure in the form of one project. Slide, please. So this is Y Street improvements, and I think Wyatt will have the link to the South Choice Neighborhood page in the question and answer. So Y Street improvements from 30th to 33rd Street, and these will support housing development in the Choice neighborhood area, which is around the Indian Hills neighborhood, and Southside Terrace is the center of that. So that will be our only project there. Next page. Thank you. Single family rehabilitation is made up of 3 programs this year. And their overarching name is Affordable Housing Preservation Programs. So this is all funded with CDBG funds. Next slide, please. We have the single family rehabilitation, the emergency repair program, and the senior home program. And I think Wyatt will be putting a link in the chat to where you can go find out more information about all of those programs. These programs are all for homeowners. We'll have a couple of programs for property owners who rent later, but it is more difficult to do projects with these funds for renters. Next, thank you. So multifamily housing construction, this is one where we'll spend a tiny bit more time. Home funds are dedicated to most new construction projects. But I want to note that we're leveraging these funds very well this year with the 4 projects that we've chosen to fund, with $61 million in private and other public funds going into these projects. So by leveraging, we can have a much bigger impact. Next slide, please. The first program is Millard Landing. As you can probably guess, it's in Millard, which is new for us. We typically are building in East Omaha, but these will be new affordable senior housing units, which is greatly needed. We'll contribute $300,000 and support 3 home units, which means that 3 home qualified people will be in those units, and they'll be income and rent limited. The developer of this project is Archicon. And you've got some renderings there. Any renderings that you see in this presentation are not final. They could change, but they give a general idea. Next slide, please. The Poppleton. This is going to be the newest development from In Common. Their Georgia Row House Apartments, Georgia Row Apartments, and Hanscom Apartments have just opened. They just opened a new community center in the Walnut Hill neighborhood, and they're making really huge movements. So this project will be at 28th and Poppleton. So you can see what's there now. It is a vacant lot, and then a rendering of what is likely to be there, or what will be similar to what will be there in the future. This project will support both our multifamily housing goal and our commercial building construction goal. So we will be providing this project with both home and CDBG funds. The CDBG will help with the commercial bays on the bottom, and then the mixed use affordable housing on top with the home, supporting again 3 home units out of 51 total units, and helping with 4 jobs created. Next slide, please. Arbor Flats is also in line with our South Omaha, our South CNI area. So this will be the demolition of the existing units, which you can see on top, but then replacement with more new housing. Some of these units will be for replacement housing from Southside Terrace, and some of the folks who live there now will have first right of refusal in those units. But then there will be 3 home supported units, 70 total units, with another $32 million in this development. This is a cool project too, because it's in the Exarban area, and so it expands the locations of affordable housing. Brinshore, as with all CNI projects, major projects, is the developer here. Next slide, please. And then finally, we have our 28th and Pratt townhomes, construction of 4 new townhomes at 28th and Pratt. So we'll have $345,000 in this project, and that will be divided between all 4 units. So all 4 units will be affordable and have home qualified households in them. 4 townhomes. This is a really cool project because 50 Ventures LLC is new to development. This is, I think, their first development project, but the woman who founded 50 Ventures is extremely accomplished and an Omaha native. So she's coming back to do a project here, and it's very cool. We're very excited to support this project. Next slide, please. Okay, housing rehabilitation. So this can be for multi or single family homes, and we're just going to present them together. There's not another slide for it. This is what used to be known as our landlord property owner rehabilitation program. But all of these will be rental units. They can be single family or multifamily, and they will provide substantial rehabilitation, which also helps to preserve existing units and keep them affordable for their compliance period. Next slide. Housing placements and homeless services. I put these all together because they belong together. So this is made up of home and ESG funds. Next slide, please. So for housing placements, we have 2 programs, or 3. One is TBRA, tenant-based rental assistance. Omaha Housing Authority operates this program, and they can provide rental assistance to qualified households for up to 24 months. They aim to serve 30 households. And then with rapid rehousing, this is a program that goes through the coordinated entry system and community queue that's operated by Match, the Continuum of Care. So each program, one at Heartland Family Service and the other at Together, will get $71,000. This is up from last year only because in this consolidated plan, we've made the choice to focus our ESG funds a little bit more on exiting people from homelessness. So we can divide it between shelter operations and rapid rehousing as we typically do. But this year it will go into a little bit more will go into housing. And it makes sense for us because ESG has, our total reward has decreased, while, as we all know, rents have increased. So even just to keep serving the same number of people, we're playing catch up. Slide, please. Okay, homeless services falls under homeless management information system. This is where the community queue is operated through, and it also gives us a lot of data on our homeless system. So that will be going to Institute for Community Alliances, as it always does. They are the HMIS lead for the COC. And then we will continue to support 2 of our shelters. We decreased that this year from, typically we've been supporting 3, but again, as our funds shrink and costs rise, just trying to be more impactful. So Sienna Francis House and Stevens Center will both receive funding from that. Stevens Center will receive $43,000, and then the rest goes to Sienna Francis House. Slide, please. Training and job preparation. I'm really not going to touch on all of these. This is where most of our public services funds go, and we have a bunch of programs under job training and preparation. Slide, please. So the 5 programs here, Step Up, we funded for a long time. Latino Center of the Midlands is newer to us. Salvation Army's A Way to Work is a mayor-backed initiative that started several years ago. It's actually been quite successful. I think that up to now they've had 86 participants where they work 3 months in the Parks Department here. And during that time, they're receiving case management and career counseling. So I think 57% of people have exited the program with income that they did not have before and housing. So that's what was considered a successful exit. 3 of the people who have gone through the program have ended up working for the city. And so one of the things I love about this is that it gives people who may not have thought about city employment or may not have felt that they were qualified or could pass a background check, it gives them an opportunity for stable employment with the city, which I am biased, but is a pretty decent place and a very stable place to work. And then Nebraska Maintenance Academy will help with scholarships to the Nebraska Maintenance Academy, which helps people to learn how to become like property managers and do repairs and maintenance at hotels, apartments, that kind of thing. And then No More Empty Plots with their program for the last one. Slide, please. Okay, slum and blight elimination, we kind of talked about this earlier when I got a little overexcited, but 400,000 in CDBG for demolition and 100,000 for support of one code enforcement officer. So that is all there. Slide, please. Homeownership counseling through Family Housing Advisory Services. This is a program we've supported for a long time, and will continue to support. Slide, please. So that's all of the programs we have for this year that we're proposing to fund. And now we have another Menti question for you on what you think the top 3 priority categories should be. Grant, it looks like there might be a Menti question.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the chat. Are there any opportunities for new developers? You want to talk a little bit more about that, Nicole?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have some opportunities. So like I said, this is the first development program for 50 Ventures LLC. So we are not opposed to new developers and smaller projects by any means. There are also other ways that you can get involved with doing city projects. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. But if you are a new developer and you would like to have someone reach out to you to tell you a little bit more, or that you can ask questions, if you just shoot us an email to hcbcomments@cityofomaha.org. Wyatt, can you put that in the chat perhaps for me, please? Then we can reach out and have a conversation. All right, we'll give it another second or two. Can we go back to the all right. So new multifamily construction looks like the priority that's taking the lead there. You want to go to the next slide, please? And again. All right. So along with the Consolidated Plan and the Housing Affordability Action Plan, we also added in completing our analysis of impediments to fair housing choice this year. I'm probably going to have Marjorie talk a little bit more about this because I have not been able to familiarize myself with it as well as I would like. But perhaps you remember in 2017, 2018, when we were doing the AFFH process, and we came up with 8 goals that we wanted to make, and I keep them at my desk to this day, and you probably saw me carrying posters all over the city and pointing at them a lot. So this is an analysis of where we stand with fair housing choice in Omaha. Does everyone have the ability to live where they want to live in the area of town they want to live, not just like you want to live in someone else's mansion? Don't do that. So during our AFFH or during our HAP and Consolidated Plan, we're also asking questions about fair housing and housing choice. And from there, we came up with some new barriers that we identified and some new suggestions for tackling them. And along the way here, you will again notice that this lines up very closely with the Housing Affordability Action Plan. So why I don't think I put it on the list, but if you have a link to the HAP website that you could stick in the chat, I would very much appreciate it. Next slide, please. So the recap areas we talked a lot about in 2018, and at the time we had 9 of them. So at this point, we see some improvement. What we don't have in front of me is the data on why they changed. So 2 of these recaps existed in 2018, the one labeled 6 and the one labeled 2. And I should probably define a recap: racially and ethnically concentrated areas of poverty. So these are areas where the non-white population is more than 50% of the population, and where more than 40% of the population, those households are below the federal poverty line. So going from 9 to 5 is probably great. But what we don't know is what I don't know. Maybe it's in the AI, and Marjorie can correct me, but is why they changed. I don't know if that just, no, it actually, or you don't have it in there, Marjorie.
It's not in there only because there's not data that can show us why it might have changed, whether it was, higher income people moving out, or lower income people moving in, or lower income people moving out to other areas, which may have caused some levels to decrease. The real focus here, though, is that there remains some areas of racially and ethnically concentrated areas of poverty, and the overall goal should be working to eliminate those altogether.
Yes. So that is, we also can connect those with the code enforcement violations, with older housing. And so to tackle those, we need some things. So next slide, please, Grant. So we've got some barriers that have been identified, and a lot of these are very similar or are the same as the barriers that we identified in the past. So things like fair housing, education, and outreach efforts probably are not meeting community needs, but also when we're doing that, do people trust us that they still won't be retaliated against by their landlord, even though it's legal, if they are exercising their fair housing rights? And then some things here are a really good way to have, I'll get that question in a moment, are a really good place to have a root cause analysis, and it's a great way for us to engage more with the community. So things like non-white households are much less likely to become homeowners, and just following the whys until we can identify some areas, some issues that we can start to address. Marjorie, what would you like to add here?
I think the first bullet, the fair housing and education and outreach efforts, those will always be needed, and not just in Omaha, but everywhere, because you always have people who are becoming renters, maybe new residents who are moving in. You always have people who are becoming landlords, especially for the first time if they're renting out single properties. And so there's always a need for tenants to become aware of their rights as well as their responsibilities, but there's also a need for landlords to be educated as well.
Okay. Then we have a question of where are the areas that change the most on that recap map, and the areas since we don't have the data in front of us, that's a little bit of a tricky question to ask, or to answer, sorry. But what I would say is that in 2018, and that data actually was from 2010, so now we have 2020 data for the recaps. There was one recap in South Omaha, and that is now not a recap area. So it has either increased income and or increased diversity, but we just don't have that in front of us right now. And it is not what we would like to see, that North Omaha remains the only part of town where we really have recaps. So I hope that answers your question, and I do intend to do some more digging into the data on how those areas changed. I just don't have it right now. Okay, next slide, please. So our action plan goals, again, these really line up with the housing affordability action plan. The goal 2, one of the ways that we're working on that is helping to fund projects so that there are affordable units in Millard, even if they're just for seniors for now. Preserving the existing affordable housing inventory is a lot of our programs. But when you look at these goals, you should be able to look back at all of our projects and see where those projects connect to one of these goals. And you should be able to see where the identified priority needs and the goals in the con plan all reflect back to these goals. So this should be our base. Anything else you'd like to add, Marjorie?
I think it's pretty evident too that goals 2, 3, and 4 you would find a lot of consistency with the HAP as well. When the outreach was coordinated last year for the housing affordability action plan, we rolled it in with the consolidated plan and the analysis of impediments. And so it was a very, there was a strong commitment by the city to make sure that all 3 of those documents aligned. And I think in those 3 goals, you can see that's clearly what the case is.
Excellent. Next slide, please. All right. So what of the Fair Housing Action Plan goals should be the priority for our community, in your opinion? And if you have an opinion that is different from any of these, you can put them in the comments on Mentimeter. Okay, so it looks like a little bit more grouped there, but goals 2, 3, and 4 are our top priorities. And one of the areas of feedback that we would really like for you to consider and send us an email, put it in the chat on Mentimeter, is how well you think the projects that we are proposing to fund reflect and impact these goals. Well, you only clustered them further for me, so all right, next slide, please. Okay, Alyssa, it is your turn. I am going to have Alyssa talk about the neighborhood revitalization strategy areas.
Thank you. So, hello, everyone. I'm Alyssa Solachik. I also work with the Omaha Planning Department, and I'm going to talk really briefly about the neighborhood revitalization strategy areas, or NRSAs. There are a lot of technical terms that go along with this program. So if anybody has questions, feel free to let us know, or if anybody wants to meet with us after this call and talk about this further, we absolutely welcome that. But I will summarize this very briefly. Generally, so an NRSA is an area that is designated by a CDBG entitlement community. So Omaha, it receives an annual CDBG allocation. So we are one of these communities. And generally the area is targeted for revitalization or more targeted investment of the CDBG funding within these designated areas. And so the NRSA really is a funding tool that allows for more flexibility in implementing projects related to economic development, housing, and public service activities using CDBG funding. So we might look at, making the job creation process, documentation piece a little easier to navigate for those that are looking to create jobs. It might be that we have additional funding as to the amount of funding that we can invest per job created. There's also some possibility for additional flexibility in housing that is added within the NRSA as well. And so to qualify in an NRSA boundary, there are a few criteria that need to be met. First, the geographic area within that boundary should be contiguous. So we can't have all the areas, the block group level need to be connected and not have certain islands within the boundary. The area also should be primarily residential, and the area as a whole should have a high percentage of LMI households. And kind of a good rule of thumb, I mean, there are a couple of different ways to calculate this, but a good rule of thumb would be if the area overall, if 70% or more of the households are considered low to moderate income, the area would qualify. And so currently the city of Omaha has 2 NRSAs. We're proposing, starting with 2024, to have 3. Currently, we're proposing to amend the 2 existing boundaries at the North NRSA and South NRSA and create a new 3rd boundary referred to as the Midtown NRSA. The North NRSA, the proposal is that would be slightly smaller, but some of the boundary previously in the North NRSA is now encaptured in the Midtown NRSA, and the South NRSA is just slightly larger. And then, so this is all kind of in draft form. These are proposed boundaries at this point, but our plans for all 3 boundaries are to be kind of attached to our consolidated plan and effective in 2024 to 2028. And then the document will be submitted to HUD for their review in early 2024. So if we go to the next slide, we'll look at the North NRSA boundary, and I anticipate these are probably a little bit hard to read over your screens, but this boundary area, overall, the North NRSA is 84.7% LMI, which is very high as far as an LMI percentage. The area that was removed is kind of south of this boundary area and kind of encompass or kind of added into the Midtown area. So if we go to the next slide, this is the proposed South NRSA boundary. We added a couple of census block areas or block group areas on the east and west side of the boundary of the previous boundary to add in areas that are now considered low to moderate income kind of in this current cycle, but maybe weren't when we drew the maps 5 years ago. The next slide then is the newest proposed NRSA, which is the Midtown NRSA. Like that, it includes portions of the previous North NRSA, and also incorporates parts of the urban core, and is kind of we were looking to add a 3rd NRSA. With the previous boundaries, the North NRSA was so large, I think it was challenging to really look at targeted investment and have impactful investment. And so we anticipate that by having 3 smaller NRSAs, we're able to have, like I said, more impactful investment going forward. I believe that is the last of the NRSA slides. I do have some questions. I don't know if there are any questions about the NRSA. I think there's also opportunity for question at the end too. So if you think of something, please ask. Now I'll hand it back over to Nicole to talk about the citizen participation plan.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. It's been a long time since we really updated our NRSAs, and the process is, no one's favorite thing, but it's very good that we got it done. So one of the final 2 topics that we have is our citizen participation plan. Another thing that for a long time we never amended, we never really looked at, and then now it's been amended several times over the last few years. But the big change that we're making this time around is that we previously have said that we are going to provide all of our documents for a meeting 2 weeks in advance of the meeting. And why we did that was because we were trying to have our public meeting in the middle of our action plan, or our comment period. And so that way we would get our slides, all of our summary documents, the completed draft to you 2 weeks before the meeting. And you'd be able to see everything and come very prepared to ask a lot of really great questions. And then what we found out is that we actually have to have the public meeting at least the day before the public comment period starts. And so to get everything, including the slides, especially if we have any of our partners with us, it just is not realistic to have everything out. So we're making it a little bit easier on ourselves, a little bit, saying that we will still provide the summary documents of the plans and as much draft of the plan as we have, which is most of it, 2 weeks before the meeting. The summary documents are our most helpful thing anyway, and Grant has been doing such a fabulous job putting those together. They use plain language. You know, we have a lot of jargon that we use, and HUD has a lot of very specific meanings. So they explain what we're doing better than HUD does sometimes. And so we will make certain to have those out 2 weeks before our meeting so that you can look over those, and hopefully that'll help you better direct your questions on the plans. But the big thing was the presentations and getting our slides out 2 weeks ahead. Just it's not realistic. So this will better allow us to meet the promises that we're making. So if you have any questions on that, please feel free to ask them. And then I think Wyatt probably put a link to the draft CPP in the chat. Okay, final topic of the day is the Pro Housing Grant. This is a new grant from HUD, the Pathways to Removing Obstacles to Housing. So the things that you probably need to know about this are that we are asking HUD for $2.5 million so that we can redo our comprehensive plan. And we're going to redo our comprehensive plan either way, but this will allow us more resources to hire staff, to spend the time to order studies. And the comprehensive plan, as opposed to the consolidated plan, encompasses everything. It's massive. I think at this point, the one we have right now is over 1,000 pages. It's been updated in sections, but so this will, we're seeking funding from HUD to address a lot of the barriers that we have to creating housing in our consolidated plan, and that we can make everything align a little bit better. So if you have questions on this, Greg is here to answer them. This is due to HUD by October 30th. So we have a draft, and we're hopeful. They do have some priority areas, and while the city of Omaha is not one of those areas, Council Bluffs is a priority area, and they are not applying for this grant. And Sarpy County is a priority area, and I don't think that they are applying for this grant. So NIFA might be applying and might be partnering with us, but if we can create something that can help with the affordable housing crisis regionally that impacts Council Bluffs and Sarpy County, we're hopeful that that gives us a stronger case. Greg, do you want to add anything, or does anyone have questions?
No, I don't think I have anything to add. You covered it, but yeah, happy to answer any questions.
Okay, next slide. When will the next meeting happen? Well, I don't think we have anything scheduled at the moment, but when would you like the next meeting to happen? And how would you like it to happen? Do you like the virtual meetings or do you prefer the meetings in person?
Just if someone has a, I've made most people able to talk. So if anyone wants to just has a little bit more comments on that or wants to flesh out that question too, like, feel free to chime in.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I think that virtual meetings are great, but I think we also need to have access, open access for elderly people and the handicapped that aren't technology based. So if we could have a venue that would allow you guys to Zoom yet also have a small audience, I think we could get more engagement.
Do you know that we had a meeting last Wednesday that was at the venue at Highlander?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does that mean,
I didn't get notice of that, so
okay,
Well, we're happy to have further conversations with you, and also if you would like to, we can make sure you get signed up for our email list so that you're getting those notifications with enough time to
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and I whoever's working with HUD, I had some questions. If you could send me the people that moderated this meeting and their email or contact phone, so I could ask questions. And this is recorded, right? You're gonna publish this, correct?
yes,
Yeah.
and I don't know that you, Grant, but I can't see who's speaking. So if you could either give us your name or send
Yeah,
us
I
an
currently
email.
have you as Zoom user. If you wanted to,
And if you don't want to do that, you can email us at hcbcomments@cityofomaha.org. Either way,
I'm in the Q&A. I'm gonna try to send you my contact information.
okay, sounds good. So the way that we have started notifying people, well, it used to be that when we were having a meeting, the only way you found out was that you got a physical letter in the mail, and that the way you got on the physical mail list was to show up to one of our meetings that you only found out about by being on the list. So what we've done now is we send out emails through our constant contact. So we have our listserv, and we'll send those out as early as we can to have a save the date at least. And then we'll send out a couple of reminders through the time before the meeting. I know Grant sent one out a week before and a day before this time. We also post our meetings on Facebook and Twitter, used to call it X. And we also put flyers out in the community. And I'm not sure how many places we flyered this time, but we do all of that as early as we can. And so any other ways that you would like to be contacted? Oh, we also publish in the Star, the World Herald, and Mundo Latino in Spanish and English in Mundo, and then just in English in the Star and the World Herald. So if you have a way to be reached that you did not hear me list that you would like us to do, and Grant was on the radio this time too, so that was a first for us. But we are always open to hearing more ways to better inform you of what we're up to. So if you have thoughts, please let us know about them.
yeah, and please leave the feedback, and I've got the QR code and the link to the Google feedback form. You can provide some feedback for this meeting or others that you may have attended, and yeah, let us know there if you have additional or better ways to reach it. We'd be happy with that. I'm just gonna do a quick check here.
So the comments close on this For the comment, for it not being convenient for the south side, we've made an effort to cycle where our meetings are. So for the NRSAs, we did have 3 meetings in person. So there was the one last Wednesday at Highlander. Then there was another at the South Omaha Library the following night, Thursday. And then last night, they were in Midtown at the new In Common Community Center for that NRSA. And those were all in person. So we do try to make sure that we're cycling between where we're having our meeting, North Omaha one time and then South Omaha the next, because those are the communities we primarily serve in community development. But this time it was up north. But we try to make sure that, well, not just we try, it's in our CPP, our citizen participation plan, that every meeting will be at a place that is as near as possible to a bus line, that is accessible to people who have mobility needs, and where we can provide whatever accommodations we need to provide. We've done meetings at UNO, and I think we've done meetings at the Croc Center in the past, but they have some challenges that make it a little bit more difficult with us. Yes, we would work with the churches in North Omaha. If you have contacts for us, we used to go to the Empowerment Network meetings every week, and we kind of fell off of that during COVID, but we can get back to it. Anything else? Okay, well, if we don't have any other questions now, please send us an email, fill out the Google feedback form, and always send us an email, even if it's outside of the comment period. If you have thoughts on how to better engage the community, I would love every single meeting to have 60 to 1,000 people at it. So we're open to feedback. Thank you, Joe. Yes, this will be on our website. Wyatt will get it put up on our YouTube page, and it's streaming live on Facebook. So I think right after this, you can go back and look at any part of it you want on Facebook. All right. Oh, yep.
Do you have a question?
My questions got answered.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Joe, I've got your information down. All right. Well, we will see you all next time.